Welcome back to Open Minded. Today I'm joined with Mick Smith. Mick's been a fellow coach at the uni. We've been coaching together all year. It's been a really good journey, actually. So Mick's coming on today. We're just going to understand Mick's mind and why he loves coaching, why he loves football, why he loves sport, and just get to know him a bit more. So Mick, just to begin with, what's the main thing you enjoy about coaching?
Helping players develop into something further than they think they can get to. I think showing them where they could get to and where they least expect, and just that happiness and joy in their faces and hearts for where they get to. I think.
What's been like a moment where you've realised a player has developed, and you've seen that, and it's like been like a proud moment?
I think actually this season with Northumbria, there's a player, James, who I think has really developed in terms of what he wanted and what I wanted from him from the beginning to now, in terms of controlling that midfield and the leadership that he's had.
What's been like a moment when you've coached which has been like a difficult moment but built you a lot?
I think actually the cup game that we had this season, when we were down, I think we had so much confidence going into. I probably was too confident over the match, and we went. Yeah, I think we went 2 down against Liverpool, and I was like, it was like, shut me up. I was like, oh, okay, hold on, this is the real thing now, because obviously we're used to winning, now we're losing, and I think the battle of the players in that match to bring us back. Obviously, we lost it in the last minute, but I think it was a realization on, okay, don't get over your head and really just work, and that really brought my mind into every match going. They could surprise us. They could be different than last time, and so instead of just going into every match saying we should win.
Obviously, I know this season, so Mick's been quite used to winning, because I think you could say the team you've been coaching this year has been a level or even 2 levels above the teams they're playing against.
Yeah.
How do you deal with losing in sport and coaching and football in general? Because often when you're winning a lot, it kind of papers over certain cracks. It's all okay, but as soon as you start losing, you know what that feeling is like. So I guess describe the feeling of losing and how you cope with that.
Well, the 4-3 loss really gutted me, I think. Obviously, because I wasn't used to it this season, but the loss, cup games, I love cup games. I really love cup games. I think I enjoy cup games more than I enjoy league games. So that loss was hard. But I think what I like to do is just free my mind, really. Just go by myself somewhere and either just talk to God or talk to myself and just forget about it and look for the future, because obviously you're going to lose and win in life. And I think if you just forget about it and start fresh the next day, it's just easy.
So like go on a walk or something?
Go on a walk, go to the coast, just nature, really like it.
Yeah. Have you got like any certain people who you'd like to speak to about it to kind of free your mind as well, or is it just you like just talking to yourself and God?
Yeah, it's just me and God, I think. Yeah.
Okay. What's something you're aiming for the future? A goal you want to achieve, something that excites you about the future ahead?
Just in life or in coaching?
In coaching specifically.
In coaching.
Yeah.
I think to finish my time here at uni with my visa time with a UEFA B license, I think is the main goal right now. And then obviously the coaching opportunities it brings with it. So academy is where I'd like to go.
Obviously, me and Mick right now are on UEFA C. The previous episode, Callum, that's how we met Callum, and Yusuf, another episode. We're all on our UEFA C coaching license right now. How are you finding that process so far?
Oh, I actually really enjoy it. It's taught me so many things, I think. Just in, 4 live sessions, I've been able to bring some things into coaching, but also know my weaknesses and strengths. And I think that I feel safe in my learning environment. I'm growing as a coach.
So what have been like specific things you've learned?
Oh, one thing I told this to Sarah actually is having set goals for each player going into a training match or a session.
That individualized goals for each player.
Yeah.
That's something I want to develop as well. Why do you think that's important?
Well, one, it keeps them engaging. I like to keep the players engaged and motivated as well. But I think, obviously, with my team, it's easy. They're going into every match knowing that they're going to win. So if you set goals for them, then it creates that harder challenge for them. I know player like Frankie, obviously getting 20 goals in league this season. My goal from his last match was to get 2 goals and 1 assist, and he did it. He got 2 goals and 2 assists actually. So.
And did you notice he felt that achievement?
Yeah, he felt that achievement. Yeah, because I think that was his focus for it. And I think when you set goals for players too, it helps other players notice it and will try their best to work around them and help them out as well.
What's something you're open to improving about yourself as a coach in the future?
I think not being set in my ways.
So why do you feel like you have been set in your ways, and why do you want to push through that?
I think with the UFC, it's helped me with my mindset. Coming from coaching from the States, trying to bring the exact coaching style to England. Obviously, it's worked with this season, but I think just from examples and things that we've learned in UFC, it's with my eyes. So maybe being set in your ways can also be very bad. So being adaptable, not being set in my ways, I think.
So you feel like transitioning from the States to here, you have had moments where you're set in the ways because that's what you already knew before.
Yeah.
And by doing things like UFC and listening to other coaches, you're realizing that that's not the only way.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your favourite sporting memory as of yet?
Favorite sporting memory? Probably have to be when I coached the Sixes against I2I. I still love that. Still love that match because I know the Sixes were a team that I actually was interested in coaching at the beginning of the season. And then I obviously got to coach them in a cup, and I was more like a redemption match for me because obviously my team got knocked out of the cup, so they coached them in a cup against I2I, which is a bunch of Americans. So to coach an English team against Americans was kind of cool. But I think the feeling of being able to bring a team that was in a sluggish form and win a match was something very special to me. I cried after that match because it was just amazing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, coming towards the end of this episode, I just want to ask, when it comes to your mindset, is there a certain way you think on a game day? Have you got a certain approach to your mindset? How much you actually tap into your mind when you're coaching?
Well, I'll say this. I love matches when they're at the end of the day because that means I get the whole day just thinking about the match. And I love thinking about matches. Match days are amazing to me. I think I get upset more when it's in the morning because then I've got nothing else. So I think on match days, it's more of I love the pressure and I love just the adrenaline and the excitement leading up to a match. So just when I'm there, it's just I'm full focus on it, and every little thing in a match pushes emotions a different way, whether it's bad or good.
Very interesting the fact you say you love the pressure. Now, I want to tap into that a little bit. Why is that?
I don't know. I think even playing, I just love the pressure. I feel like when there's more pressure on me, I feel that I'm more open to do better things. Playing wise, I played well under pressure games, and I wasn't. I think when I'm under pressure, my focus for that and my adrenaline for that is more advanced than if there wasn't any pressure.
Why do you think that is? Because that could be the opposite for other people.
Yeah, I think for me, it's when there's pressure, it's more important to me. And I think when it's something that's important to me, I know and I'm confident in myself that I can do something. When it's so important from pressure that whether it's playing or coaching, I know that there's just something I can tap into myself and really just focus and work hard on that.
So what advice would you give to someone who struggles with pressure?
I think look at it as if there's pressure and you get nervous from pressure, that means it's something that means something to you. And if it means something to you, then obviously it must be enjoying. So look at the enjoyment in it instead of the nerves at it.
No, I really like that. I once heard Erling Haaland say it's good to be nervous. And I think that's so important because these feelings of nervousness, they're not going to go away. We're going to have moments where we feel pressure in any format of life. So flipping that perspective to say, you know what, yes, I'm nervous, but that's a good thing because it means something to me. It's a really good perspective. So that's a really nice way to end it. Mick, thanks for coming open-minded.
Thank you.
That's been Mick Granson-Smith, open-minded. Thank you, brother. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mick.
Of course.